to be able to track the actual carbon emissions in the, using digital twin, kind of like using digital technologies, sensors, or other different type of digital tools that you collect data of like how much material use, what are the activities, then how much fuel or electricity this you use. So then you put all those data together and kind of visualize them in a digital twin model. And so this paper was to kind of jump out or like wrap up how this idea sounds nice. Is it possible, or is it worth doing it? So it's kind of like a reflection of like the way forward. So I was like, okay. So I was thinking about the different. It's okay, I think. Different angles, so technically and financially, or like from maybe even from the governance perspective, how could we better facilitate this? So yes, can do that. Thank you. Yes, so I think a lot of the work during my fellowship was more on the technical side, but along the process, with all the engagement from the industry, we also kind of understand that, like, it's not the technology itself. Normally, there is more behind that, like why would they invest in this? What is the incentives? And maybe how do you really implement something new in the existing system that's already quite complicated? So that's why, like, I try to discuss it from different, like, this technical, financial, and governance perspective. Well, first of all, I think this has I can skip it quite quickly, like the urgency and why we need the data. First of all, it is because if we don't know where are the emissions come from, then we perhaps will miss a lot of opportunities to really understand what are which methods, which materials are the most carbon effective, can help us to reach the net zero targets more effectively. So the vision of the project was to, as I mentioned, is to track the actual carbon emissions more in a more dynamic, in a more accurate way, in a more automatic way. And it's also beyond just 3D geometry and numbers. It should have more details of actual resources, a lot of details like semantic information in it. That was the intention. So this framework was trying to discuss this different layers of how to implement this. So technically, what I have spent a lot of time doing during the fellowship is how we can put all the different data together. Like we have BIM models. We maybe even have some digital twin, hopefully, or sensor data, and a lot of resource. You have procurement, and you have site videos or site records, this kind of data. How we really put them together and translate it to the carbon. So that's when we kind of saw the ontology or knowledge graph would be a way to connect all this very heterogeneous data and translate it together. So the idea is once we have that, kind of ontology sorted out as a semantic backbone, then we can use machines to translate the different data that I mentioned earlier to the carbon. It's more like a common language that you translate other type of data to the carbon data, and it's kind of like the semantic layer of it. So we have still trying to continue this work by maybe also using with the emergence of all this multi-agent models. We were also thinking we can use different agents to query those data and then pull this data together to implement this data in the digital twin. So that is something I'm still continue doing. So, sorry. Thank you. So the technical side we think is pretty clear now, but it's just there's still a lot more to do to really work out like a pilot of this. So I'm working with my current team in NUS to develop this prototype. And we, at the same time, we also, well, this was the conversation, kind of this, the point was raised during like in parallel with our technical development, because a lot of like conversations with national highways, they were also trying to align the carbon with cost, because essentially like carbon surveying or cost surveying or quantity surveying, they share a lot of similarities of like with the numbers. Just you use different perhaps efficiency factors. You translate different things. So one way is to really tie it with the cost. Also from a bigger like angle. Companies, especially like listed companies, they need to report the sustainability ESG performances, and also like the finance reports. They also need to include in about their carbon emissions and stuff. So we see this as a kind of like a leverage to promote the carbon digital twin, so that they can better manage, better kind of like in a more real time to track how the cost and the carbon are kind of the progress of it, or what are the effectiveness of the different type of methods they use. And so there could be some like metrics to be developed around this to make it easier to support the decisions, including, well, I think this carbon abatement cost was one, is one kind of quite standard metrics that's being used already. And I actually have studied some of the national highway cases about the cost abatement, like the carbon abatement cost of different type of like low carbon opportunities. Yeah, and even if technically it will work, and also this can have this finance or more cost leverage to really implement it in the real world. This kind of governance layer was emerged when I was doing my secondment with national highways. So they were kind of thinking of how we could implement, how we can embed such a digital system in the existing system, like which they already have a lot of systems, like you showed the iRoads or like other systems. How do we do that? And also for the carbon digital twin, any digital twin to work, you need to have the dynamic data coming in like constantly, and that actually needs the organizations to have like a maybe more wider, I would say, like upfront investment in this, the ways to collect data to enable the digital twin to happen. So that's why I then come up like with, this governance process, which basically we think like if they could have like a digital system that will be able to track how much material or energy they use, where they come from, and the whole process, with even like auditing and verifier, and like so in real time how much really come to site, and what they are they exactly what they are the order they procured, and are they the ones that just being exactly like used as it is, because it happens like they may claim that they are using low carbon materials, but not really in the real case. They could change so to some maybe low cost materials, stuff like that. So basically, this was trying to say from like if they would really want to implement things like this, to embrace the benefits behind it, we needed to have like a system in place to support it. Like the technologies, the digital systems as well. Well, for the future, we could think of how to further integrate this with other systems or other type of applications to show the value and the cases of them. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. I know that you're taking a lunch. Thank you.